people have so much hate in their heart for the Miami Heat, it's not even funny. And at the end of the day, you have people sitting up here, oh, Martel, you keep crying about KD. Shut up. Shut up. Because at the end of the day, every single team, they get what they want. When De'Aaron Fox went to the Spurs, he said there was no list. He said that I'm going to the Spurs, and I don't care about the Sacramento Kings, and it's not my job to help rebuild the Sacramento Kings. You're telling me that you trade for Fox and you don't have to give up Castle? So now you have Bill Simmons hating. He said, what's Kevin Durant doing in Miami other than he gets to live in Miami? What's going to happen? I just don't think you're even in the Eastern Finals with that nucleus. Nothing's happening. I'm telling you, bro, this man wakes up with jealousy, envy, and hatred in his heart for the Miami Heat. Let's get into the video.
I'd heard Minnesota, Miami, and Texas are all the favorites at different points of the week. I would not rule out him wanting to be in Miami, but Miami feels like it's, I mean, unless they love Khalil Ware, which there's a lot of nice stuff from him.
What's he doing in Miami other than he gets to live in Miami? What's going to happen?
Should we ask that question, though? Should we
I just don't think you're even in the Eastern Finals with that nucleus. Nothing's happening. Houston is the only team that I feel like he could elevate. I even have real questions about him with Edwards. That feels dueling banjos to me.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's an awesome
feels like
second option.
Another Booker situation where there's a lot of Durant standing in the corner, like, I guess I'm not in this one. And he has that weird body language thing he gets going from time to time. I'll just be over here, guys. Whereas Houston, they'd be like, please take us home. Here's the ball.
All you guys want to do is say that I'm crying. How am I crying and I'm a Miami Heat fan? This is my team. I don't care what anyone says. We're not giving up Khalil Ware. I don't care who's involved. Every single time when the Miami Heat needs to make a trade or when we want to get a superstar, we can't get Donovan Mitchell, we can't get Damian Lillard, we can't get Kevin Durant, we can't get anybody. Unless we give up Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, Mickey Arison, D'Arena, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. Unless we trade the whole franchise, we can't get who we want. But no, all these other teams get to stack up their roster, they get to stack up their picks, they get to stack up their role players, they get to stack up everything. Every single franchise always gets what they want, how they want it, when they want it. But the one time when we want to get KD, oh no, we need Khalil Ware, we need Bam, we need Tyler. And then you got the media who's pushing it and boosting it, saying, well, why would KD go to Miami? Y'all said the same thing about Jimmy Butler. And what did Jimmy Butler bring us? 2 NBA Finals and 3 Eastern Conference Finals with Tyler Hero breaking his hand, BBL Lowry. Okay, you had a ragtag crew of undrafted guys. Dragic hurt his foot in the bubble. Bam got hurt in the bubble. Victor Oladipo season-ending injury. One thing after another. And we defied all the odds. Now you have the Phoenix Suns. They're trying to backtrack. The Suns are not promising to send Kevin Durant to any of his preferred destinations. They're open to deals with the Spurs, Rockets, or the Miami Heat if the return is right, but Phoenix is focused on making the best deal possible. The Miami Heat are in legitimate pursuit of Kevin Durant once again, per the Steen line. Steen adds the Miami's offer could even prove to be the most enticing from the Suns' perspective. Listen, at the end of the day, they want Khalil Ware, and if they want Khalil Ware, oh well, too well. Okay, we're not going to give him up. Maybe you can have Jovic, and I don't even want to give him up. You guys can say that we're trying to fleece. At the end of the day, Kevin Durant is 37 years old on an expiring deal. So he's not just going to go to any team. And even if any team trades for him, who knows if he's going to stay there long term. And that's a risk that any team that is not on that list, and you guys want to trade for him, I just don't understand. Why would you trade for a player that doesn't even want to be there? Didn't we learn this through Dame? Dame never wanted to be in Milwaukee, and look what it led to. Absolutely nothing. I will never trade for any player who does not want to play for my franchise. This is what you have to be careful, though. Brian Windhorst says that the Clippers are a potential Kevin Durant suitor. You don't see Toronto on Durant's list, but the Raptors are one of the teams lurking out there, and I think there's a couple others, including the Los Angeles Clippers. This is still wide open. Maybe Durant gets what he wants. Maybe he has to accept something else. Let's get into the video.
Bring up another team here because this is somewhat reminiscent of what happened in 2018 when Kawhi Leonard was a free agent. He had a list of teams he preferred to go to. He had 1 year left on his contract, and the Toronto Raptors were willing to roll the dice as a possible rental. And once again, you don't see Toronto on Durant's list, but the Raptors are one of the teams lurking out there. who may be willing to do this without knowing that they can keep Durant on an extension and basically potentially be a rental. And I think there's a couple others, including the Los Angeles Clippers and potentially even the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is still wide open. Maybe Durant gets what he wants. Maybe he has to.
There's always going to be those dark horse teams. That's why Miami has to be careful. I think a trio of Tyler, KD, and Bam is great. However, you're still going to have to improve the roster. It just can't be that alone. You're going to need playmaking. I think we're going to need some more shooting, and we're definitely going to need another backup big. These are all things that have to be addressed, whether we get Kevin Durant or not. I am tired of not being able to crack 90 points. I'm tired of having quote-unquote turd quarters, and I'm tired of this Miami Heat team being sorry. There's no excuse for it anymore. Bam and Tyler, they're going to have to stand on their nuts going forward, or they can both get out of here. But at the end of the day, I want Kevin Durant. You guys can say I'm crying. You guys can say I'm moping. But every team gets to dictate what they want, how they want it, who they want, what first-round pick, and what young players. I don't care what anybody says. It's time for the Miami Heat to win. It's time for the Miami Heat, even though he's 37 years old. I want Kevin Durant. That's it. Point blank period. We're not going to give up Khalil Ware, and we're not going to give up Jovic. Phoenix Suns fans, whether you like it or not, make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button, and thank you for all the support.